to the channel. So in this tutorial we will go through the syntax and indentation rules in Python. So in other programming language, basically we use curly braces or some keywords to define our block of code, but in Python we don't have those things. We use basically indentation to organize the structure. So understanding the syntax and indentation is a key step in Python. Okay, so let's dive in. Okay, first is Python is case sensitive. Okay, so which means it treats uppercase and lowercase letters differently. So for example, a variable name with all smaller case and a variable name with n as a caps are different variable. Okay, so I will show the demo after this theoretical part. Okay, so these are case sensitives. Okay, next is Python statement. So in Python is very simple for writing the code. So each statement is typically written on a single line. So basically whenever we press enter and write another line, it means it's a different statement. Okay, so let me just show you. So let's say we have a variable name and we have another variable name. Mark. So basically these two are different, so we can just try to print this and this. So if I run this, you see we have two different names, John and Mark, which are for variable name and name. Okay, so these two are different. Now if we write something, let's say print hello world, this is one statement. When we press enter and we write something like, let's say x equal to 10, so this will be another statement. So this is one statement, this is another, like this. All are different statement. So whenever we write something after hitting enter, it means it's the end of the code, so we don't have to write semicolon basically. Okay, that is statement. Now we have a concept of multi-line statement. So let's say if a single statement is too long, okay, so how we can break this? So we can use this character, this backslash character, for multi-line character. So let me show this. So let's say we have a result equal to 1 plus 2 plus 3. Now we want to write more after this, but we want to write it in different line. So what we can do, we can write this 4 plus 5 plus 6. Okay, and then we can print the result. Okay, if you see, we get the result as 21. But what if we remove this? So now result is this basically, not the whole thing. So if we now print this, we get 6 instead of 21, because now it will become this 4 plus 5 plus 6 will become a new statement. It's not the same. But now if we put slash and we will print this out, we will get 21. So using this slash character, we can give multi-line statement, we can write. Okay, then next is comment. So how we can give a comment, we can comment a line in Python. So basically for a single line comment we can use this hash character, and for multi-line comments we can put our statement in triple quotes. So let's say we want to comment this. Okay, so we can put hash, something like this. Now it is a commented line. If we want to, let's say, comment all this, okay, from 7 to 13, so how we can do that? We can put all these things basically in 3 quotes like this. So now these are commented. If we run this, see, nothing is printing. From 7 to 15 only we are getting this name thing, John and Mark. So we can give multi-line comment using this this characters. right? Okay. Now the most important part is indentation. So as we have already said, like we don't have any kind of curly braces or anything in Python to mark the start at and end of the code, right? So basically indentation in Python, it defines the structure of our code. Okay, so basically Python relies on space or tab instead of any other curly braces or anything. Okay, so let me show you one example. Let's say we want to write some if statement. So like if 10 is greater than 5, then once this statement is complete, in other language we provide this curly braces, but here we need to provide a colon, and after colon you see our cursor move to this part, not from the starting. So it means we need to put some space, or we can put some tab here, basically tab. And now when we write here something here, let's say print, and we write the like 10 is greater than 5, it means this print statement is a part of if. It's not outside if, it's a part of if. Now if we write something again here, let's say print exiting if, so this print statement is also a part of if because it is inside the if statement. So now if you want to write something outside if, then we can again start from here. Okay, instead of in this line, we can start again from the start, and we can write this is outside if. Okay, so let's say we run this. So we have 10 is greater than 5 inside if, exiting if, which is again inside if, and then print outside if. This is outside if. Okay, so basically the indentation line is a part of the if block. So these two lines are part of if block. Okay, so it only runs if the condition is true. So let's say if we put 10 is less than 5, now if we run this, we will go only get this is outside if, means this line. These two lines are not getting printed because this condition is not true. Okay, so this is one kind of indentation. Same goes with the loop also. Let's say we have a list, my list. Okay, we have some numbers, and now okay, my list equal to this. If I want to iterate through it, so we can use for loop. Okay, so how we can write, let's say for each item in my list. So to start this for, again we need to write a colon like we have here. So we will start with column. When we press enter, you see automatically VS Code understood that we need to write something inside for loop. So we can write now print item. Okay, now if we run this, you see we get all the item from the for loop. So like this we need to provide the indentation. If you see here, 4 dots means there are 4 spaces basically. Okay, so it's not mandatory to put 4 space, you can put 2 space also, it will work the same way. Okay, 1 2 3 4. Okay, that is indentation. Okay, now next is like we have nested indentation. Okay, so sometimes like we need to provide multiple level of indentation. Let's say if inside another if. Okay, so how we can do that? So let's say we have this, if 10 is greater than 5, we have the same thing here. Okay, and this is outer block, let's say. Okay, now we have another if condition. So this will again start from the same line here. We write if 20 is greater than 15. Again we need to provide a colon, that our if is getting start. When we press enter, then you see our cursor is now here inside if. We cannot start it from here because it won't work. This is an error. So we can put two space or a tab or something, but it should be inside this if. Now we can write print, let's say inner block. Okay, if we run this, it will work. If 10 is less than 5, sorry, we need to provide 10 is greater than 5. See, we are getting 10 is greater than 5, then outer block, then inner block. Let's say if we change this condition, if 20 is less than 15, then only these two will be printing here, these two, right? This inner block is not working. So the inner block if is indentated further than the outer block, right? So Python use these levels to understand the structure of our code basically. Okay, so one example I have put here for the normal indentation, like the same example which we have run, right? So means one thing to consider is whenever we put indentation, so we have to maintain the consistency means if we are providing two space here, in the next line we should provide the two space only. We cannot provide again 4 space and write our print statement here, so it won't work. That will be an error, right? Because this should be like this, something like this. Okay, so these things we need to take care of. Okay, so this is all about syntax and indentation in Python. So I hope you like this video. Please subscribe the channel. Thank you.